And in step number 3, what we're going to focus on is pre-show marketing and why that marketing is critically important to the overall success of our event. And it's really important because what we got to focus on is the marketing that's going to attract the right buyers. I know in social media terms, it's great to be able to post out a lot of content and there's a much wider audience. But the really important and key piece of pre-show marketing for trade shows is not necessarily marketing to the mass public. It's marketing to specific people. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get specific buyers and key buyers within an industry sector attending the exhibition, first of all, but more importantly, stopping on our booth. And the pre-show marketing phase is a really important part in making that happen. So when we look at the pre-show marketing piece and why it makes a difference, we look at the efforts we do on a day-to-day basis in terms of marketing our own business and targeting key buyers. And the key point is when we talk about bad marketing or no marketing, which is very often the case with a lot of exhibitors, it's one of the biggest reasons why companies don't succeed at exhibiting, is because they assume that the organizer is going to do all the marketing. Now, of course, the organizer will do marketing for the event, but we need to target and market specifically the people we want to attend our booth. And as I always say to exhibitors, it is the organizer's responsibility to bring people to the front door of the show. But it's our responsibility as exhibitors to bring them to our booth. So we've got to think about how are we doing that, what channels are we using, and what message are we getting across, and what is the hook factor that somebody sees our message and goes, I need to talk to those people, or I need to visit them on the booth. And that's really critical, because if we don't do that, we rely on organic traffic at the exhibition. And of course we'll get that. But let's really maximize our impact by getting that marketing in front of the right buyers so that they will come and visit us and our booth at the trade show. Now, when we look at that, and we live in a digital world, and that's completely understandable. What I always say to people about this is 70% of your pre-show marketing should be done digitally. But this doesn't omit the fact that 30% of your outreach or your pre-show marketing should be done offline. And that's a really important piece. And if we look at this graphic I did for an event in Saudi on 12 key things to consider for pre-show marketing. Now, what I will say to you is it's not realistic for you to be doing all these 12 things, nor should you necessarily be. But what we need to focus on is, how do I get in front of my target market? And that's the really critical piece, which we're going to cover in a session later on in these sessions, and an individual marketing piece, which I'm going to show you. I think it's session 9. But we're going to go into that more detail. But think about it. Have a look at this as an example. I work with thousands of exhibitors per year, and they're always saying to me, can you put together a marketing plan for me? And of course, that's what I do, and that's part of what I do. But as a sample, here's a 20-day run-in to a show on small things that you can do. One thing that you can do each day that's going to make you more effective when you're in terms of getting that audience to your booth. Now, as I look at this list, and as many of you will look at this list and go, oh my, there's so much text and content on it. Yes, you're right. But if you look at each individual day, many of the days here are one small thing that will take you 5, 10, 15 minutes. But if we're serious about getting the right attendance and the right people in our booth, we need to focus our marketing in this way. So I hope this 20-day sample is of some help to you. And again, give you those small things that you can do to attract that 1, 2, or 3 extra key buyers to your booth at the exhibition. A couple of ideas that work, some content ideas, is doing, say, short introduction videos to you personally or your business or somebody within your business, or a video on something totally new about your business. Really good. Competition's always very good for exhibitions. I also say, and it's a huge thing that I recommend people to do, is to go old school. Pick up the phone and invite your top 10 customers to the event. That personal touch matters. Maybe it's something as simple as a short handwritten note. That personal touch makes such a difference to the person receiving it and makes you more memorable when they're visiting the trade show, and more importantly, your booth. So the key tip for the pre-show marketing phase, and we will cover more in the final marketing phase in session 9, is to do 3 things, at least 3 things every week to drive traffic to your booth. When you do that, you are maximizing the opportunity and the return from exhibiting.